Do you know what was actually like the best part of this entire episode?
I have no idea.
It caused the Google search results for the word okapi to shoot up by about 100 times.
Okapi.
Yeah, so
The
okapi
animal?
is it's actually an animal, right? But there was an okapi titan that gave Armin a massive tongue job by sticking his tongue down his throat. Ended up sending him to the world of the paths and actually causing Aaron to lose.
Was that in the manga?
Yeah, of course.
AFA is coming up as well. The
Tenga
price
booth.
of the ticket.
Tenga booth. Tenga booth.
Hit it up, let's go.
Pieces of the nut
Mm-hmm.
that you would find. And nut here, nut there.
Not everywhere.
Yeah.
No homo.
No homo. Alright. Ben,
Yes, stop that.
suffering builds character, doesn't it?
Well, it definitely builds a lot of knowledge.
I mean, we just unfounded some unconventional knowledge from the experiment that you put us through. Mainly because you actually had to suffer as a byproduct of that.
Yes, the filthy Jim Beam is a terrible product.
I agree. But what if I told you that there's a possibility of actually fixing it?
Well, by sheer magic.
Not by
Sorry.
sheer magic, but with the theme of today's episode. So, Ben, before we get to the actual whiskies part of the Whiskies and Weebs entire continuum, let me just address the Weebs part a little bit.
Sure.
So, are you aware of what went down in the first half of November?
I don't know, AOT ended.
Exactly, AOT ended.
Yeah, shit was all over the screens on Shibuya and like, honestly, I couldn't give
It
much of a
was. Have you actually read AOT to this absolute end?
Yeah, I finished the entire series like the day before the day before one of my tests, which was before I met you back in uni.
Legit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Year 2 Sem 1.
That was year 2? Hey, it wasn't year 3 Sem 1?
What do you mean, meeting you?
We met in year 3 Sem 1.
Yeah, I finished the thing back in year 2.
The thing.
AOT's manga.
You kind of remind me of when I read Hajime no Ippo, like 400 chapters before my English exam in Sec 2.
Hey, it made sense. I was supposed to do a paper on dystopian literature.
Fair point. That is actually a very fair point.
Exactly. Turns out, probably not the best idea. I forgot entirely about everything I read, and then I just resorted back to using what was it? Lord of
Brave
the
New
Flies.
World. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Right, that is a classic literature piece. Yeah. But have you actually watched the anime? Because I did watch the final part. Second part, whatever, man.
Sasageo!
Right?
Yeah, that's about it.
I think it actually ended pretty well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what was actually like the best part of this entire episode?
I have no idea.
It caused the Google search results for the word okapi to shoot up by about 100 times.
Okapi.
Yeah, so
The
okapi
animal?
is it's actually an animal, right? But there was an okapi titan that gave Armin a massive tongue job by sticking his tongue down his throat. Ended up sending him to the world of the paths and actually causing Aaron to lose.
Was that in the manga?
Yeah, of course.
Shit.
Annie was surprisingly the character who recognized what the okapi was. So when after Armin got a tongue shoved down his throat and almost died from asphyxiation, he got sent to the world of the paths, and that was where he met the previous titans, which then came to support them. What's the name? Survey Corps?
The survey call?
Yeah, the Survey Corps.
Were they
Yeah,
even the
fight.
survey call at that time?
Yeah, of course. They're suicidal bastards. Isn't
Aren't
the correct term?
they the
The Aaron Killing Force.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
fine. The Aaron Killing Special Force.
Right,
Alright,
right.
that's all fine and dandy. Yeah. But that was actually like the most peak moment. When they actually summoned up the previous titans, and they actually started helping the Survey Corps to defeat Aaron while being on his back.
Yeah.
When Bertolt started making, or rather the Bertolt Warhammer Titan caricature decided to start helping everyone else out.
Man, it's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Huh.
So one thing that actually confounds me is like, how did Mikasa actually get back to Paradise? To, take Aaron's head, put it inside the ground and grow a tree and gravestone.
Do they not have ships?
Well, yeah, but you must understand that Aaron at this point killed off like 80% of the world population. So where exactly was Mikasa going to get a ship from while walking away from that one final battle location?
Plot armor.
Right. And besides that, what do you think of John and Mikasa like ending up together?
That's messed up. It's almost like, erased.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it felt like that all over again.
Ooh, damn, that's
no.
a tenacious statement right there.
No, man. No, just no.
Yeah. Besides that, have you been keeping up with the anime of the season? Freeran?
Yeah.
I specially took time just to go and watch the Aura episodes, that segment.
How do you find it?
Can I say, man, I'm not disappointed. I wasn't disappointed, man.
Well, for me, a little disappointed on the Freeran anime. I did send you my thoughts in the middle of the night.
Yeah, you did.
I'm probably half drunk.
I mean, we do spend quite a lot of time in that state. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
yeah.
inebriation is kind of like something that we've essentially grown out of.
Yeah.
I'm kind of adapting a bit too fast to that.
Yeah, anything below 40% doesn't even phase you anymore.
52.
52%, right.
See, you're already drunk off 2 half drams of Jim Beam.
God damn the Jim Beams.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Besides
anyways, Freeran, why was it disappointing it?
Yeah, why was it disappointing?
You know how do I put it?
Yep.
I expect the
Grim darkness.
animators, the script writers to not treat their viewers as though they're stupid.
Oh,
Yeah. We can get subtle,
you mean don't treat everyone like Stark?
pretty much. Yeah. we can take a hint.
That's true.
You don't have to rub it in our face that time has passed in like big fonts. Yes, cinema sins will crucify you for that shit.
2,000 years later.
Like
To
come
you,
on.
2,000 years later.
Freaking Squidward. We don't need an explicit like screen on freaking text on freaking screen. Like.
It has been 18 years since the hero
No, I think that's fine.
Oh,
But
really?
it is the other stuff that makes it. It's like the forced transition of time. That kind of
Forced transition.
very very forced. Like the seasons
It cuts.
passing.
It cuts very like sporadically, right?
Not
It's just like
kind of.
it was like a King Crimson.
I think the sporadic cutting itself is not the problem. It is when they force the transition of time over periods that really takes the viewer as though they were just like mindless consumers of media, which we are not, mind you.
Maybe just the two of us
Perhaps
in this room. Just the two of
that
us.
was my main gripe with the series. If the series was a bit more subtle with the change of time, it would be more like, think about it, the entire series is supposed to be from the point of view of Freeran,
Correct.
who the passage of time doesn't really mean anything to.
Because elves live for like what,
Pretty
2,000
much
plus
forever.
years?
Yeah. So letting us like get a hint of when time has passed, like letting us, without informing us that time has passed, letting us see for ourselves the difference in change despite the very short like duration that the like across the episode, like the episodes are only so long, but if you have a juxtaposition between the start and the end of an episode, time has passed, and you let us like feel that for ourselves without telling us that time has passed, I feel that would be a more, I wouldn't say apt, it would
Better
be
way of doing
better
things.
way of showing how time passes in the eyes of Freeran.
Alright, I mean, I guess.
Yeah, that's my entire gripe with it. But you know what? Fine, it's still a good series.
Okay. So then, Ben, I think
Yes.
that rounds out the Freeran talk, right?
Yeah,
We can
pretty
talk
much.
about other anime, right?
What other anime?
The Eminence and Shadow, Season 2.
Right.
John Smiths.
I haven't been keeping up with the anime. I don't know. The manga got a bit weird.
Yeah. I mean, they got sent back to the OG world.
Yeah.
By the way, if you happen to hear explosions in the background, it kind of is Diwali today when we are recording this. So,
Happy Diwali, people.
happy Diwali, people. Exactly. I wish that to my fair few Indian friends today already. So,
Yes.
to those of you who actually happen to watch it and celebrate Diwali, hey, happy Diwali to you, man.
It will be too late already.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. All right.
Yes.
Let's bring ourselves back to the whiskey side of Whiskies and Weebs, man.
All right.
So, we always have to begin an episode at some point with trying a new whiskey.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yes.
So, what do you think I have for you today?
I don't know. I see a Jim Beam and I'm afraid.
No, so we have 3 bottles in front of us. But you can tell, I chilled a bottle specially for you, as per
Yay.
usual. So we have here today a Glenkichie 12. So Glenkichie, I believe, is it a Lowland? I'm not too sure. Well, whatever, right? So Glenkichie... Highland. Alright, Highland, whatever. So I was told that Glenkichie has very particular notes. It's similar to Kleinlish. You remember that from when the start of the year we had the...
Wait. No, it is a Lowlands.
I knew it. You...
I don't know. They say here Highland.
Yeah. Where are you reading? Because that says Darwini Highland.
Alright. You know what?
Yeah, Glenkichie is one of 3 distilleries to survive in the lowlands, right?
It's the Lowlands.
So the thing is that I was told that Glenkichie is very similar to a very specific brand of whiskey that we have actually tried before. So do you remember the Elusive Expressions 2022? Kleinlish, I believe
Very
14? I'm not too sure.
Very, very vaguely.
We had it at the very start of the year, so I understand you actually don't remember it.
And
So
it was a very small sample.
yeah. So the Kleinlish was very, very grassy, which was not exactly a taste I liked. But Glenkichie, I'm told, Glenkichie in general, I'm told, is of a similar note.
Oh no.
Somewhat grassy, maybe not as waxy as the as the Kleinlish, but hey, everything's an experience, right?
Yeah, Chinese medicine is also an experience.
That's true, especially since we are Chinese individuals. Right, so let's.
Glug, glug, glug.
You smell it?
My nose is
The
gone.
classic?
Yeah.
The classic sinus issues.
Yes.
Don't know why there's an explosion in the background today.
Happy
Why does
Diwali,
that?
people.
Alright.
How's it? You are closer to the bottle, so I assume you actually can
It
smell.
smells like a Pandaren, actually. Do you remember what Pandaren smells like? Like very
wine.
tea, like very wine, right?
Yep.
Yeah. My initial nose of the Glenkichie 12s, it comes across like the Pandaren. You know, it has very light, very
It is.
tea, very
To
wine
call it
smell.
light would be an understatement. It is very light.
Yeah, I can barely get notes out of it. Also,
Yeah.
color-wise, very, very light as well.
Very, very much like the Pandaren.
Yeah, it actually does look exactly like the Pandaren. Alright.
Perhaps we should have a blind taste test to see if you can actually tell the difference between a Pandaren and the
I'm
Glenkichie.
sorry, Ben, I've used all my Pandarens.
Oh no. Sounds like you just need another bottle.
You just need to buy some from Master of Malt, I guess.
Exactly. Alright.
Alright, so, cheers. Slunge.
Cheers. I assume you want to get rid of Yoshi's hair on the glass.
So nothing. Cheers, man.
The problems of having a dog.
Actually punches above his belt. But, can I just say it tastes like Kuroyoshi? Just thicker. Like, thick with a C. And texture-wise, this is thick.
Yeah, but
It's a
taste
slap.
wise,
Mid.
yeah.
Like, mild bitter apple. Like, it's kind of like a green apple. That, yeah, it's kind of like a green apple that is somewhat bitter. A little bit bitter, but
It's like a green apple that rolled on the ground.
unfortunate, man. He fell off the wall. What can I say? He was the one who dropped out of the basket when he was young. What can I say, man?
He's too close to home, man.
Damn. I guess the people here were dropped as a child. For me, it was more of a... I have a very funny drop as a child moment. Like, it's more so that I got a really big bruise from this. Maybe dropped like a few IQ points. Probably have went to a different university, a different secondary school if not for this. But
Perhaps.
I was sitting on a McDonald's chair at Loyang Point. So this is aeons ago.
Yeah.
For all the little kids who weren't born yet at that time.
McDonald's used to not look like a Apple store.
So anyone who is like younger than 17 years old,
Yep.
I think, younger than 17 or 15 years old, there used to be a McDonald's at Loyang Point at away from the entrance. So if like the entrance to Loyang Point was here at Bus Road, right? And then the car park is up here on top. Then here is like the entrance to it. Currently McDonald's like I think on this side, close to the entrance. Then previously it used to be away from the entrance, like opposite. There used to be a Ronald McDonald like on the bench, seated on the bench.
Right.
I sat on it. I flipped over because it was smooth. I hit my head, and I'd be sent to the family doctor above.
Right.
Yeah, man. Probably would have like 10 more IQ points if it wasn't for that.
You think?
I mean, I also did like in my current home, slipped, fell, knocked my head against the door frame, and bled from that. So probably another like 5 more IQ points.
Well, at least it's fine. You were never gonna be an Einstein anyways. The IQ points would not matter to you.
Shit, man. I didn't need to be an Einstein, but I could be someone who is a bit more valuable to the whiskey industry or the weeb industry today, right?
You don't
25.
you don't need to have the IQ points. You just gotta fake it till you make it.
I mean, it takes IQ to fake it till you make it, you know? Okay, Ben. Any do you know why I poured you a half dram for this?
No.
I thought you were gonna say shit like, oh, it's not because we did like, you did like 6 half drams earlier, and I did too. So you're gonna say something like that, but no, it's because today's topic.
I mean, I never thought it would be something that will affect you. You know.
Oh, this. I mean,
Like-
you are correct, but
Put it this way, half dram.
it just
full
makes
dram,
me very thirsty.
Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference to you.
That's very true actually. at this percentage,
Yeah, tell me again where you get
bring me something a bit stronger. You know, something like.
an Amrut cast strength.
I mean, Amrut is already a cast strength, so.
Yeah,
So I believe an equivalent Amrut cast strength would probably be what 67% or something.
probably
like that?
70 something.
Nah, I think I think high 60s.
High 60s.
We should have really signed up for the Amrut masterclass by the founder, by the master distiller. Sorry. Oh, speaking of master distillers, I actually had the great fortune of. So let me tell you a story, Ben. Before we go into what I have here today, and trust me, everything is related. I'm gonna tell you a story.
All right. Story time fed.
So, a couple of days ago, aka yesterday, yesterday? No, the day before yesterday, sorry. Friday.
You sure the alcohol isn't taking away from your IQ points as well?
No, I'm just having my days messed up because of what? Because previously I used to only go to Swan Song on work days. But now I've started going to Swan Song on non-work days.
I think that might be a problem.
Okay, so on Friday, the 10th of November,
Right.
pay a visit to a specialty gin bar. Now, I know that we are Whiskies and Weebs, but yes, we do drink other spirits. Alright, so I paid a visit to a gin bar. It's called Gin. Mainly begin the night, so Gin.
Okay.
It's at the end of Boat Quay. And currently they're having a Australian gin brand over. It's called Grandad Jack's.
Grandad Jack's.
Yes. So Grandad Jack's is a gin that's being popularized on Bev brands. So random shout out to Bev brands, I guess. Hopefully they sponsor us. I know they do some of the best giveaways. Hopefully they rig one for us in the future. I hope. But hopes aside. So currently they're having a bar takeover by the staff of Grandad Jack's.
Ooh.
So I had the great fortune of getting to try some of their spirits. Some I paid for, some I got to sample because of being a cultured individual in the alcohol space, I guess. So for this, what I actually tried was, let me dig it out for you over here so that you can have a image of comparison. So what I tried here are a few different drinks. So I tried the Barber House coffee liqueur.
Ooh.
Absolutely rock solid. If you want a coffee like liquor, this is why I would say if you were to ever have a Irish coffee, just drink this.
Sounds
Don't even try to mix like any kind of spirit. Just buy this.
Oh shit.
You just fly down to Australia, fly down to like Brisbane or something, or fly down to the Gold Coast and just buy like a few bottles.
So that's pushing it.
Right? Aside from that, I did try the Pavlova gin. So Pavlova is a dessert. And I believe that the Russians also have it, aside from the Australians. Very, very funky flavor. I know I took down some flavor notes for it, and my god, it was absolutely wonky. So you get the smell of eucalyptus, which is the leaves that koalas eat.
Drop bears.
Yes. You get a taste of meringue.
Meringue.
Yeah, so you know when
Egg white.
Yeah, so we beat up egg white.
That's interesting.
Passion fruit.
Ooh.
But once you taste it, bam, you get botanicals of the gin.
Wow.
But the second you add tonic water, boom, botanicals are gone, and you just get hit with an absolute punch of meringue and eucalyptus with a slight hint of passion fruit.
Oh, that's
Oof,
interesting.
that is funky, man.
Yeah, that's funky.
That is funky. But you know what's the best part? This is the best part. This is a unreleased personal batch of whiskey that they brought over.
Wow.
And you know what's the best part of this?
I wouldn't know.
It tastes exactly like chocolate bread.
Oh, is that the one that you sent me?
Exactly like chocolate bread. Like, not
Jeez.
sweet chun, sorry. Sweet heng chocolate bread.
Right.
Amazing. You know custard feeling? Like chocolate custard feeling? Exactly like it.
Wow. That
Oh
is...
my god. You nose it, it smells like chocolate with a hint of coffee. You taste it, it is literally chocolate bread in your mouth. The malt is unreal. Unbelievable.
Damn, sounds like I missed out.
You definitely missed out because they have probably left already.
Yeah, probably.
Last time I did try a Milo Spirit. So the Milo Spirit actually does taste like Milo, but without artificial sweetness.
Ooh.
Without artificial sweetness. You know, have you ever taken like a handful of, the Milo cereal balls and I know I'm a DJ. I've done it. I admit it. I can say it. I have taken a lot of cereals and just...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't say I haven't.
Just without the obnoxious taste of sugar.
Ooh.
So it's not just sweet, but it's not overpoweringly sweet. It is specifically sweet with the taste of Milo. So that malted chalky taste.
So you just
You have
get...
some chalky milk.
So rather than just cereals, you grab Milo powder.
It's smooth alcoholic Milo powder. Right? Can you imagine? Can you imagine it?
Wow.
Smooth alcoholic Milo powder.
Wow.
If I had the budget, I would just probably bought a bottle of it. And this is not even whiskey, it's gin. Gin and sin, baby.
Wait, that... What?
These are all derived... Alright, these are all specialty kind of spirits.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's just called Milo Spirit, dude. Right.
With our gin base.
Most of the it started off as mainly a gin company. So it's Grandad Jack's Gin. So they have two main gins. I believe the really, really punchy one is what's it called? 65 miles. That is spicy. That puts the Bunah Habane to shame.
Wow.
The second,
wonder if
without
we
a
can-
tonic, I think we might all die.
Time to try whether or not music diminishes that.
Other than that, the Greenhouse Gin. Perfect light gin for the average individual. 40%. But 65 miles? 65%. I ain't kidding. That shit slaps.
No, wouldn't be surprised.
But it makes a really good gin and tonic.
Ooh.
It's a whoosh, if you just had it on its own. But with the 65 miles, it's kind of like a... if you enjoy BDSM, it's like a spank in the ass. What can I say, man?
I see.
I see, exactly. Right?
Enough of taunting me with the fact that I have a job and you...
Slowly, I'm headed to self-employment.
Exactly.
Right? So, besides that,
Why...
stories time is over.
Yes.
So,
So
Ben.
what is the link?
The link here is that we are going to talk about chocolate today.
Ooh.
So, I recently came off just yesterday, the 11th of November, 11/11, a sampling session. I'm not sure if it's a sampling session, but it's more like a pairing session. The pairing session of chocolate and alcohol at a single cask, Singapore.
The mala chocolate.
The Mala chocolate again.
Again.
Nice. The thing is that we didn't exactly try the full spectrum of the chocolates that were available to us at that time, but we did have 3 main chocolates. So the first one that I think most distinctly we tried was I think it was an Ecuadorian chocolate. That one blended well with most things. We had the Mala chocolate and we had the Nayang Kopi.
Oh.
Right. Nayang Kopi was amazing, must say. But it wasn't available for this tasting. This tasting was something different. Right. So for this tasting, we actually had something that was a very private batch of chocolate. So it was called a rustic gem. Essentially, it's a small batch chocolate that was personally grained by the master chocolatier of Foster Chocolate himself, Jay.
Wow.
And then formed into very tiny, kind of like you know those little cube shapes that you expect from a Kinder Bueno, similar size, around there. Superbly grainy, but very good texture. 72% dark chocolate, if I remember correctly. But for us today, we are going to try to replicate the experience with 3 of the whiskeys that I have here.
Alright.
With 3 different chocolates. We are going to be having an experience of texture, and I wrapped all the chocolates up in this malt grain cane towel that we kind of fused from the malt factory. Right? But before we get to that, one thing we must clear first is that we must have the Glenkichie 12 on the rocks.
Right.
Cue the transmission. Back. Ben. I have here my classic Singleton ice balls.
Yes, you do.
Let's crack them open and have ourselves a nice dram of the Glenkichie 12 on the rocks. Half dram, just kidding. Alright.
Half dram?
Half dram.
Full dram.
Half dram.
Half dram.
Because we are going to be having more drams.
You can survive that.
It's not about surviving, but it's about enjoying.
Fair enough. Unfortunately, these were not sponsored, so...
They don't need to be sponsored if I have 3 of them. Right?
You're gonna need more, man. Can never have enough.
Sure. I mean, I would love to be in a position where we can say that about the number of bottles we have.
If only.
If only, right? Soon to come. Hopefully. Right. So, let us let it chill for a bit and let the ice melt a little bit. So, we have the weak tasting Glenkichie 12 and we're now adding water to it. What are your expectations, Ben?
Disappointment?
Alright. Let's give it a go.
If this was...
Cheers.
If the Glenkichie was a... I don't know. Perhaps intensity-wise it was like a 3 before.
Yeah.
Hopefully it remains at a 2. Hopefully.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Maybe it diminishes. Oh, I actually got intense, bro.
Oh yeah.
Damn. Now it burns.
Surprise.
Oof. What's that?
It takes away a bit of the slightly unpleasant aftertaste. Like neat it had a very slight unpleasant aftertaste, but now it's pretty much gone. Grassy.
I'm getting this rough, bitter honey kind of taste.
Yeah.
Right. Like it assaults the mouth a little bit. Wow, surprising. Wow. And now here comes that little like menthol, very like slight cooling melt, like burning taste. Definitely unexpected. I did not think that it would be this
Intensified.
Yeah.
Which is surprising. Surprisingly.
Okay. Perfect. So Ben, I have rather before we get to the fun part of this entire episode, what are your thoughts on the Glenkichie 12? Like both near on the rocks. I don't think this is something that we would put in the mixer. So I'm like
no.
intentionally discounting that.
Dude, if you put it in a mixer, I think
It's gone.
it will be just either alcoholic Coke or just
Exactly.
ginger ale.
Exactly.
But on the rocks,
It brings out very different characteristics.
yeah.
Right. Especially compared to Neat. Neat
Perhaps
came
if
across a
you-
lot lighter.
If you do like the very menthol, a bit grassy taste, it will be something for you.
Alright. So Ben, how would you rate this on a scale of 1 to 10? 0 to 10, whatever.
I assume we will never use the end of the scale, because if the Tourist Classic hasn't even reached that,
Yeah, that's
you know,
true. I
then
think it would need to be positively bad.
it would have to be something so bad that I would puke immediately from tasting it.
You just-
Because the Tourist Classic failed to do that. So
It's like
it-
Joel's reaction is like,
exactly, it would need to be that bad for it to be at like to be considered like 1 or 0.
Alright.
So for this,
I'll actually give it generously 6.5.
ooh,
Close to 7. 6.5, 6.67 around there.
very interesting.
6.75.
I would say perhaps a 6.
6. Yeah,
Just
seems
purely
alright.
purely off the merit of On the Rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think it's not a bad whiskey.
No,
It's a bit weak, yes. Maybe to us. But it really isn't that offensive.
It's
It's not like the Tourist Classic. It's nothing too obnoxious.
yeah.
It's just definitely on the low end of the tasting spectrum. That's all. But not that bad. Like, it's
Well,
like
to be fair,
slightly
the
below.
menthol-
Average or slightly below.
The menthol taste does make it a bit more niche, I guess.
Niche.
It doesn't have the classic, the
Right.
expected whiskey taste.
True. Really doesn't taste like a standard whiskey. Okay. Now, Ben, let us get into the fun part of the episode. The fun part is half an hour in. Okay, so Ben, do you recall what we did on Halloween? Or the 28th of November, 2023?
November?
Oh, sorry. October.
Man, I think the alcohol is starting to get to your head.
I mean, sometimes when I make these like slip of the tongues, they're either Freudian slips or it's because I'm thinking like fast ahead.
Freudian sleeps indeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe it's because I'm looking forward to Whiskey Live that's happening in a couple of days.
Perhaps.
You know, like 6 days.
AFA is coming up as well. The
Tenga
price
booth.
of the ticket.
Tenga booth. Tenga booth.
Hit it up, let's go. Anyways, yes.
So what do we do on the 20th of October,
Yes.
2023?
Well, we had a Valorant Tournament.
Yep. To be fair, the VODs are, I presume, still being uploaded. I was told that they'll be uploaded yesterday. As of this filming. So it should be available today. But since it's Sunday, let's not disturb our fine fellow who should be enjoying his time off. Aside from setting up the new outpost for Reality Rift at Pongo.
That's right next door.
Exactly. But beside that, what else did we do, man?
Yes, we visited the, what was it again? The Whiskey, I can't remember the name.
It's called the Mall Fair.
Yeah,
Right?
alright.
So we visited the Mall Fair. And what were we doing that we actually ended up getting this like beautiful malt green cane
Oh, we were
gin towel?
giving out chocolate.
Exactly.
Right.
So, just yesterday, I attended a chocolate pairing. I was just telling you about it with the single cast. So we ran to those fine fellows over there along with Fossa, and I have here the results of approximately 3 minutes of brainstorming.
I guess you put more time into that than I did into my research.
Right, 3 minutes of brainstorming. I thought of, and this is based purely off a single statement by the master chocolatier Fossa. It's very easy to find simple pairings of chocolate and whiskey. You just need to find flavors that are similar. Salty and salty. Perhaps bitter and bitter. Perhaps malty bready with malty bready. But hard to find that.
Yep.
The bready.
Wouldn't be
But-
surprised.
But it's hard to find a complementary pairing. So today, I have here some chocolates that we are going to try and pair with these 3 whiskeys over here. we have one that we just sampled, the Glenkichie 12. And what's our grand conclusion of it? Kind of meh, you know.
I would struggle to find something that matches that.
Yeah, it's
let
not
alone something complementary.
because it's not overwhelming. It's not overpowering.
There
in
is
any kind of.
no taste.
It's weak taste.
Yeah.
Let's be generous.
It is weak taste.
Weak taste.
So
Then we have the Jim Beam.
uh-huh.
That is nut.
It is distinct.
Nut.
It is
Exactly.
distinct.
And we have a drink that I'm not sure if you have tasted from my personal stash, the Talisker Storm.
Right. Yes.
Right? Do you actually want to like just give like a quick sample of that? Yeah, help yourself.
Woo!
Help yourself.
I already know what I'm expecting.
Just
out
pour
of
yourself
Talisker.
just pour yourself like a 10 ml dram. Give yourself a sip. But I mean, I've drank this to the point where you can see how much is left.
Yep.
Clearly, I enjoy this particular smoky drink. Now, I'm not too big a fan of smoky drinks. I prefer lightly peated over peat. Insanely punch in your face, Octomore peated. Like a Port Charlotte.
Yep.
But I must say, this is good.
Well,
Right.
I do like myself a Port Charlotte.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
It's your first time trying this. I've tried it for, months. I bought this like after a few seller lives where I was like questioning about the price, what could possibly the price be? Is it gonna be a sub 100? I think this does make a good sub 100 bottle.
Definitely.
Thoughts? First thoughts?
I don't know, maybe I'm a bit too spoiled by the other
Lagers?
the lager, the Port Charlottes that we had at
Oh, it's hard.
Whiskey Life and
Hey, not Whiskey Life. Cellar Fiesta.
fine, Cellar Fiesta.
Cellar Fiesta. Whiskey Life is coming soon.
Alright, what was it again? The Malt Affair. No.
It's impossible to beat the drinks at the mall fair.
Dude,
It's impossible.
when we just caught Xianan down, yo,
There's an Octomore here.
dude's on the way.
There's an Octomore here.
Dude, once
I'm there.
you've had that, I don't think that
Oh my
anything can
God.
really beat the punch.
It's impossible. Like, do you have any? Actually, since we have some time, like, do you have any recollections of like the malt fat drinks that you had? So I know I
Didn't
took a
really
lot
have
of pictures.
That many?
I took a lot of pictures. Started with a rum from the Boutique Rum Company, Boutique Whiskey Company, the Proof and Co. I think few things will ever beat like ending the malt affair doing push-ups with the CEO of Proof and Co. Right? Few things will ever beat that.
Fair enough.
SMW's bottle, there can be only several. I was told that this was cheaper if I just went
that's
to
the
the
name
Swan
of it.
Song itself to buy it.
Doesn't
Because I have a 10% discount.
right.
From the single class Waiter's very funky 6-year-old Ben Rins.
I don't know, the
Carlo
Octomore
Capodo.
just the Octomore is the only thing that
Actually, do you try the free Teelings whiskey that was available?
yes.
What are your thoughts? Mid.
Yeah,
Mid.
it's
Very
it's just a very strong standard.
But the other you try this.
I believe you let me
The Cavalan podcast by the Malt Green Cane.
the Octomore is the only thing that really
But this
Last.
this was spectacular because it was the Vinho Barrack without the characteristics of the Vinho Barrack. The really, really tongue bitey kind of taste. Blackadder Almanac by SWHK, I believe.
anyways. Yeah, the Talisker, it lacks a certain something that the other
Wait, compared to like the Elusive Expression Talisker, I think 11 that we had at the start of the year.
it lack a very savory taste.
Savory.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. It's kind of like just a punch, right?
Yeah,
It
it's
hits-
straight, it's flat.
Straight up just peat and slight salt.
Yep. Straight
Slight,
flat.
slight to high salt depends on your salt profile, but my salt profile is a bit too high, so
Yeah,
I
you're a
can't
very
really taste
salty
salt.
individual.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Ben,
Yep.
I have here today a bunch of chocolates that I believe
Cadbury.
would pair well with these. And
Cadbury?
sad to say it, Cadbury's not here.
Blasphemy.
So would you like to take a guess at what these chocolates are? I can give you a spoiler. One of them is the Fossa chocolate. Extremely limited edition. A very specific whiskey was used in this. It was Ada, so I believe it was a Lafroig. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. Your memory's a bit lapsing right now. But this is what it is. This is one of Gauila, sorry. Gauila. Yeah. Not Lafroig. My bad. It was a Gauila. Yeah. A 8-year Gauila to be exact. That was used to help produce this specific bottle. I was told that everyone who went into producing this bar drank themselves drunk.
Yep.
But hey, what other chocolates do you think I have prepared for you? So I'm going to give you a hint. I prepared chocolate for potentially each of these profiles. We have a smoky salty, hinting on the salty. We have something that is a very malty nutty, hinting on the nutty. And then we have something that I believe is very bland. So we need something savory. Something with a low profile that melts in the mouth really good.
Wow. Well, I assume that your budget is somewhat tight, so you probably don't have a box of, what do you call those,
I bought it in cold storage.
Right. I don't assume there's Roy's chocolate in there, so...
Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
You could have called me. I have a Roy's store, right?
Nah, bro.
At Tampines one.
We don't need that. We're going for the cheap kind of Halloween chocolates that the average Joe could have. That makes it very convenient to just have as like a little snack, a little like...
Snickers? Boost?
Snickers is one.
Ah, damn.
Snickers is one.
That's the nutty.
Yes. But I'm going to be running through... But let's just do this procedurally. Alright. Whip out the first one, which is a Reeses.
Ooh.
Reeses Classic Peanut Butter Cup. We get one each. But the main point is that what is so particular about the peanut butter cup compared to the rest of the Reeses products?
Well, I have no idea.
It's the fact that what you see inside here is actually very fine grounded peanuts that's closer to a paste, but not exactly peanut butter. So what this induces is a melt in your mouth, extremely savory taste that I'm presuming will go well with the Glenkichie.
Well,
so there's a very particular way of enjoying these treats, and that is that you must first allow it to melt in your mouth a little bit. So you can see here that we have one per person.
Yes.
What I want you to do is to just take a small mouth, let it sit in your mouth, try to let the chocolate and the peanut butter melt a little bit on the tongue, and then we're going to try and have a half dram of Glenkichie 12 with this. Wait, chill out, man. You gotta pour ourselves like half drams first.
The Reeses, man. It's Reeses.
Right? It's hard to resist, right?
It's pieces of Reeses.
Exactly.
I want some.
Dude, pieces of Reeses is pricey, but damn, it's good.
Yeah, it's like $2 a packet. I know, I bought them.
Alright. So when you just take a very small mouth, put it in your mouth, let it melt a little bit, then we're going to take the Glenkichie, we're going to mix it together in the mouth.
Are we conducting a experiment?
Close to it, but this is more of an Epicurean experience.
Alright, time to... What is the dimensions of a piece that you want us to consume?
Just like a small mouth. Just a small mouthful, but enough to get the peanut butter into your mouth. Alright? Bon appetit. Cheers. Chew a little bit, let it sit on your tongue. And melt a little bit. Take the Glenkichie, put it in your mouth. Take like a fair, like maybe a 5 ml mouth. Let it blend together. Ooh. Not bad. It's reminding me of that particularly funky sweetness that you would get from mixing the mala with the Bonabin TSC anniversary bottle.
I wouldn't say that it mixes well.
Really? I actually like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, the Glenkichie just tastes like alcohol when you mix it.
Really?
With the... It just becomes like flavorless burn for me. Really?
No, so do you swallow first, then you put it in?
Sorry?
You swallow?
Nope.
You need to let it mash together, melt together in your mouth.
I didn't swallow.
Yes, but you need to let it melt in your mouth together.
It just tasted like tasteless burn.
Oh shit, bro, that's very unfortunate. Because I'm
Maybe
getting.
just no.
Oh, do you remember when you had the mala, like chocolate, together with the bunna?
Yep.
And it cancel each other out, and
Yep.
it produces a very particular sweetness.
Yep.
I get that. So this is very funky alcohol taste.
Maybe it's just because I'm not particularly fond of the Glenkichie.
Cool. It's kind of like a very weird elevated alcohol taste that I like. Because you need to search. For me, I search it up. I search for this particular funk. And for me, it blends particularly well. Might not work the same for you. As per usual, taste is individual.
Yep.
Right? So leave some in there. Because what we're going to do next is that we're going to go on to our next bottle.
Honestly, I think this will work very well with the Talisker.
With the Talisker?
Yeah.
We can do that at the very end. So leave some of your Reeses. We're going to go to the second.
That is a very tough ask, Edward, and you know that.
So we're going to go. But feel free to just pour away the Jim Beam with that. Okay, you don't need to force yourself. But so one thing that I learned, right, from the whole alcohol pairing experience is that you need a certain quantity of alcohol for a certain quantity of chocolate. So I'm just going to pour like a rather generous pour of the Jim Beam. What you want to do is you want to find your ideal amount for the next chocolate, which is a Snickers.
That is a very particular chocolate.
Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the Snickers bar in half so that you and I have one half each.
Yes.
And inside you will find that there's actually pieces of the nut that you will find. And nut here, nut there.
Not everywhere.
Yeah.
No homo.
No homo. Alright? But what I want you to try and find here, and I myself have not tried this, is that try to see if you can get the nut here to mash with the nut here. And you're going to need to chew on this a little bit first.
Yeah.
You make it a bit pasty, take a big mouth, then you take some Jim Beam, put it in, and see whether you can extract the nut, mash the nut, get any good derivative flavors. I will take the first plunge. Okay, so the nut texture absorbed everything for me. Do you remember the Jack Daniel chocolate that I had you and Joel try? Very similar, just with actual texture of the nuts. Honestly, I like it. I think it completely kills off the Jim Beam. What the Jim Beam does is it's kind of like having flavored water or thicker water that helps to help the Snickers go down smoother. Thoughts?
Well, it definitely makes the Jim Beam taste like an actual bourbon. Yeah, the Jim Beam actually tastes for once like a bourbon, which is saying something, because that shit doesn't taste like a bourbon. Like, it says here it's a bourbon, but really?
Remember when we drank this, it was just nut.
Yeah.
Nut. Straight nut.
I have
Even when I did the 4 straight half dreams in a row,
there was only
nut, multi-nut, that's it. But with this, it's very tolerable.
It's nuts.
It's
Always has been.
it's like smooth nut.
Yeah.
Smooth chocolatey nut. It actually helps create like a certain degree of viscosity to the entire
The
Snickers
nuts
bar.
cancel each other out, and
Right.
then it's a bourbon with nutty paste.
Now you know, for all your shitty whiskeys that you find shitty, you can neutralize it with some kind of chocolate.
With a Snickers. You're not the same when you're hungry.
Grab a Snickers. Exactly. Right?
You're
Now,
not you when you're hungry, man.
we have the best part of the night, and you already have your existing dram, but we have the Talisker Storm. Make sure you palate cleanse for this, because this is strong, right?
Not strong enough.
I mean,
We have been spoiled.
that's true. That's very true.
Put it this way, if you can say that Jim Beam tastes like shit, you know.
Oops. Whoops. Oh, okay. Yeah. Can just like tell the smell apart immediately, dude.
Yeah, it's probably simple enough.
So what do you think I have here for you last?
Sorry?
What do you think is the last bar of chocolate I have for you?
Ooh, interesting.
I have no idea. I just grabbed this off the shelf at cold storage, bro.
Is it a salt? Sea salt chocolate or something?
Correct. So I have here a Himalayan Salt Deluxe Belgium.
Himalayan salt.
But I believe Meadows?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Meadows? Ah.
So
Yeah,
Meadows
they've
is...
been dipping their hands into everything, honestly.
Dude, honestly, Meadows products are good. Dude, their potato chips was revolutionary. For a $1 product, that cheap from Thailand, rock solid.
Well, if you truly don't like the truffle flavor, you know.
I mean, I'm personally not too fond of truffle, right?
Yeah. Himalayan salt though.
Himalayan salt. So
Funky.
I specifically chose something that would be particularly salty. It's 50% cocoa, so it's going to be quite sweet.
Yeah, I was expecting a sea salt. They didn't have any.
Deal with it. Nah, they did, but... No, so most of the salts, right, pertain to salted caramel. So it was hard to find just pure isolated salt. I couldn't find a sea salt that didn't come with something else. Like,
unfortunate.
even in my fridge, I have a sea salt and pepper. And I'm like,
Sorry, what?
pepper? Sea salt and pepper? Hello?
Chocolate?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding.
Where the hell do you
Okay, we'll whip that out later. But for now,
Funky.
let's stick to the program.
I think the program has jumped out the window.
No,
at this
the
point.
program is now Talisker Storm. Let's try this with some of that, but first better cleanse for mine.
Alright.
So we're gonna grab this Himalayan Salt Deluxe Belgium chocolate. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Take a slight bite, let it melt in your mouth, and then have some Talisker Storm.
Might be a bit too big.
Oh, normal. Himalayan Salt now. So I'm starting to think that this is like a characteristic of mixing alcohol with chocolate, but cocoa. But there's a very specific funky taste that I get from the mixture of cocoa and alcohol. And it's like a very high kind of taste. Funky. It's very uncharacteristic, like rotting fruits kind of sweet, like banana, like overripened bananas kind of sweet.
Interesting. I'm not exactly getting that in particular. For me, it's mainly the taste that match just cancel each other out, and then you just get whatever's left.
So how would you describe it in like alternative foods?
What do you mean?
So how would you describe the taste of like the byproduct from biting like this and the Talisker Storm?
Smoky.
Pure smoke?
Just smoky. None of the salt. Just
Really, I actually don't get the smoke.
really.
I think for me it kills off the salt, kills off the smoke, and it produces that very funky alcohol sweetness. Hey, you remember when I cracked open the Jack Daniels like chocolate, then I drank the fluid alone? Tastes just like that, but better. Because that was like shit alcohol with very like airport chocolate, you know, kind of like tourist trap kind of like cheap chocolate.
I think I see what you mean. Perhaps I've been having a bit too much chocolate and too little alcohol.
Right? There's a very like good funky note for me. Alright, now let's try it with something that is equivalently salty. Comes with peanuts.
I do prefer the larger portion of chocolate over the alcohol though. But you know, personal preferences.
Yeah, I think you need a lot of chocolate.
Yeah.
Or with... So for me, right, the chocolate takes time to melt. What you want is you want it to melt sufficiently, then you blend it with the alcohol.
Have more chocolate.
I think the Reeses killed the Tesco Storm for me. I think I had too much of a mouth of the Reeses. It just died. It just straight up died. Does he?
The Reeses just functions like a
It just kills it, right?
ginger ale.
Really? Yeah, it just killed it, right?
Yeah.
It's so strong. Yeah, so strong. So that's why, don't you find that with the Glenkichie, it's kind of like balanced it out a little bit? Versus like now that we put it in Tesco Storm, it's actually different. It actually killed Tesco.
Didn't really like it with the Glenkichie though.
Yeah, for me, I found that mixing the Glenkichie with the Reeses actually produced that funky alcohol taste. But with the Tesco Storm and the Reeses, it actually killed off the Tesco Storm. Yeah, I was like, huh? So I get the funky note after like mixing properly, but it takes a lot of volume of the Tesco Storm.
Ooh, spicy.
Really? For me, it's no spice at all.
Lingering spicy. But yeah, it's strange. It's like you'd think that the Glenkichie on the rocks would taste like water, but it brings out the taste, and you think that the Tesco Storm will overpower everything, but
The smoke is not that oppressive, right?
yeah, interesting.
So this is my Jim Beam.
You're subjecting yourself to more of that.
This is not kosher. This is not good. Maybe I need to alternate the order.
I'll help you with that.
I need to alter the order. Yeah. It actually doesn't blend very well. The Jim Beam as well as the Reese. I much preferred it with the Snickers. The Snickers actually salvaged it and produced that funky alcohol taste. That funky like chalk alcohol taste. But
It just tastes like, you know, one of those Guinness bonbons.
yeah, exactly. Actually,
that's pleasant.
I think a good Guinness bonbon taste is how to describe this. When you blend it with the right like ratio, it's good. Let's see if the sea salt and the Glenkichie works.
Interesting. Yeah, that's
No, it's too light. It's too light. It's not drawing out the sweetness that you expect from that Guinness bonbon taste.
It's not. I wouldn't do it.
You need something stronger for this.
I wouldn't do it if I were you. Don't mix it.
I mean, I've tried almost every permutation so far, so
Yeah. I would say of all of them,
I think.
this plus this is the worst.
Oh, I agree. It's not. It just gets overpowered entirely.
Yeah.
I just taste chocolate and like mild alcohol.
Dark, alcoholic dark chocolate.
I think taste-wise for me, it was initially the Reeses and the Glenkichie. I was the Snickers and Jim Beam actually.
Surprisingly,
They
yeah.
blend well.
The Reeses and the Jim Beam actually brings the Jim Beam up to
Right?
Like the experience is
It
actually
saves the Jim Beam
an
entirely.
8.5 out of 10.
It produces that funky alcoholic taste that is very okay.
And it brings out the bourbon.
Yeah.
That is
I like the Snickers in it.
Yep.
I think the Reeses and the Jim Beam is still okay. I think the Snickers or I think the Reeses and the Glenkichie saves each other.
Jim Beams. You can collab with
Hey, Jim
freaking
Beam.
Snickers.
So Jim Beam, you know what to do, man. I don't need a sponsorship. All I need you to do is
Collab with Snickers.
just do a pairing with
Make
good chocolate.
a Jim
Cheap
Beam
commercial chocolate.
Snickers. Amazing.
Exactly.
We're doing market research for you right here, man.
Exactly. Our livers are paying for you to know how to sell your products to your
It's free.
consumers.
Real estate.
Exactly.
And you don't even need to be Jim Booney.
Okay.
I think that probably flew past the heads of all the 16-year-olds in the chat.
It's fine. It's fine.
My age. It hurts.
So Ben, it's time for us to get to this stuff.
The stuff?
This stuff.
Wait, what stuff?
This
Oh,
stuff.
that stuff.
We haven't even opened it. So this is the Fossa chocolate made in collaboration with the Single Cask and Fossa chocolate. It's produced with Malaysian cacao sourced from the Semai community, and it's been infused with a very specific Isla, a Kau Ila 8. Let me check the cask that was used for that. It is a first fill phenol octave, so I believe there's a wine cask, if I'm not wrong. I am not too familiar with phenol cask. Right? It's been produced in a 72% dark chocolate. That means there's 28% of it is cane sugar. When you just taste it by itself, amazingly sweet, but not in the repulsive sugar way. It is honestly just good by itself.
But
Now-
what do we have left?
Huh?
What do we have left? We've tried everything.
Oh shit, man. I didn't exactly prepare something for this, but if you do want to try something, what? Shit, I was actually going to propose that. I was
Let's
actually
go.
going to propose that, but we need to clean out a glass for it.
Most unfortunate.
Okay, then can we just like grab one of my Glencairns and then I'm just gonna grab one from outside. Not the broken one, please.
Yeah, I was afraid. I was very afraid. Be very afraid. Yes, Jim Booney. Hi, if you're watching this, we have free real estate for you.
What?
Jim Booney.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's free.
Try this.
Real estate. But only if you're Jim Booney. Man, I feel the age, man. I truly feel aged.
Ben, would you like to tell us what you have there?
Yeah, so what I have here is a thermal flask.
What does it contain?
Yeah, so unfortunately I'm not rich, so I had to yoink some from a bottle that my father got from the airport.
What does that contain?
It is the Glenfiddich 18.
Glenfiddich 18. That's honestly not that bad of a bottle.
Yes, it's good.
Let's get it into a nosing glass. Like a half dram worth each.
Yes, there's probably 2 grams worth of Glenfiddich 18 in there.
Ooh. What can I say? It smells like a classic scotch.
It is.
Yeah.
It is the stereotypical Scotch.
Yeah, it is. It truly is. Just not as repulsive as the younger version, although I do find the younger version of 12 still quite acceptable. Acceptable does not mean good.
Fair enough.
Acceptable does not mean good.
Fair enough.
It's better than a Jim Beam, right?
Dude, anything is better at the gym bit.
Right?
Actually, no.
Right? No?
The
Oh,
Tourist
Lok Lama?
Classic is not.
Oh, yeah.
You have to.
We can't go a single, like, Whiskies and Weebs episode without bashing Taurus Classic.
Dude.
It's impossible.
It's just watered down ethanol at this point.
You know, when you did the preparation for, like, 6 half dreams. I was very worried that you just walked up and grabbed one of my Taurus Classics. Like one of the random bottles, like the Emerald bottle that I have filled with the Taurus Classic, or the Sing Sing bottle filled with the Taurus Classic. I was very worried.
Why do you have multiple bottles filled with Taurus Classic, man?
Because that's how much Taurus Classic you gave me, bro.
Right, we had a freaking
2.7 liter bottle. Alright, I think first let's give it a sample.
Sure.
Then let's try the Foster chocolate by itself and then let's pair it. Good?
Sounds good.
Cheers. Plunger.
What can I say?
Tastes like a very decent wine cask. Like close to Oloroso or Madeira.
Really?
Yeah. But it's not strong.
I'm not getting that much sweetness from it.
No, it's fruit. It's like the very deep, slightly bitter grape flavor that I'm getting. Mainly from the Glenfiddich 18. Because nose-wise, I get like strong alcohol plus slight malt, a little bit of that grapey character. That's about it. I need more water, man. I should have prepped more water for this. BRB. Ben's gonna talk shit to the camera while I'm gone.
Yeah, so for the uninitiated, the free real estate meme is a meme from the channel Adult Swim, which I'm pretty sure most of the young kids today don't know, especially the young kids in Singapore, don't know what Adult Swim is because it's a very
Adult
American
Swim.
thing.
Adult Swim.
Yeah, exactly.
That was peak for gaming in the past. Flash games. There's an era of gaming that the people who is probably sub 18 would not know about.
If they don't know Y8 and if they don't know Newgrounds, if you are not a Newgrounds user, this is not for you. This is for Jim Booney.
Oh shit, man. You're reminding me of some of the classic adult works from that time.
Yeah.
That time. Alright, ready?
Yeah.
So let's so make sure you pour yourself some water. I'm gonna pour myself some water first.
Wait, that's not water.
Alright, pour yourself some water. Then let's pop this open. So one thing I want to say, right, is that there are only 200 bars of these. 200.
Well, there's only 198 out there right now because you have one and I have one.
Minus off at least 5 and minus off probably a couple more. Oh, actually very articulate design.
Yeah. I mean, it is a premium bar, after all. You see that over there? You know what it says?
I can only laugh.
You know what it says?
Oh shit!
Disappointment!
Oh shit, he was split properly in half, bro. Oh my god.
It says right there, disappointment.
It's...
Even Yoshi could break a chocolate bar
Wait.
better than this. you
Oh shit!
you wanna show the camera what the hell you have done?
It's a bit hard to show, but I think first I kinda split the chocolate bar like this, so
Straight down one of the
and
segments.
then I believe I kinda snapped it in half like this. So
You gotta zoom in.
yeah, like, look at that.
That right there is blasphemy right there, man.
I don't even know how this happened, but accidents happen, Ben. So
My god.
one piece for you, one piece for me. Yeah.
Let's just start with the half pieces and then we can use this.
Oh,
for
sure,
tasting.
sure, man. All right. So let's taste the half piece itself.
Sure.
So this will be our initial tasting. These are spectacularly broken half pieces
Indeed.
of Foster chocolate.
No, it was all part of the plan.
Yeah, 100%. Everything is going to Keikaku.
Exactly.
So we're gonna sample this by itself. So what you expect will be the cow ela remnants and beautiful, slightly sweet chocolate.
Yep.
Cheers. Cheers. exactly as I remember it yesterday. Get the colloidal character, you search it up. Slight peaty, slight woody. Very, very mild salt.
A bit of
Beautiful.
stone fruit.
I'm just gonna
Just a very slight aftertaste of stone fruit.
I'm just gonna try to press these together and hope they fuse back. Pretend we never saw that.
At this point, you're just carrying out the experiment. You know how you can take a piece of chocolate and then you just cut it diagonally.
Let's just pretend that let's just throw this in the fridge and hope that like nature it heals. Like nature it heals.
Unfortunately, I think much like your liver, the alcohol is not helping.
Like nature it heals, yeah? Alright. Let's just pretend we didn't see this. Okay. So Ben,
Yeah.
how's life?
Life's good.
Okay, so now I think let's do a quick palate cleanse.
Yeah.
I don't know how we came to this scenario, but let's pair this with the Glenfiddich, yeah?
Yeah. A very, very unplanned part of the
So
episode.
I want you to just take a quick bite. Then we're just gonna let it melt in the mouth. Then we'll take the Glenfiddich, we'll blend it together in the mouth, and then we'll see what comes out from that. Straight from the start. Beautiful concoction of the whiskey bonbon taste. Right there from the very beginning. It tastes exactly how it was yesterday. Except less smoky. Since you're here, right, and I hope you didn't take too big a bite out of it.
I think it's fine.
You didn't take too
It's half.
big a bite of it. Let's try it with the other liquids that we have.
Let me just say,
Yeah.
very straightforward. Having this plus the
Definitely alien. Yeah.
For some reason, I mistook it for the Jim Beam.
That's gonna sound
To
offensive.
be very frank,
It's gonna sound offensive.
it is a
Slightly
very
cleaner, I guess.
it's slightly cleaner, but it does have a very
Same taste.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that is the characteristic whiskey bonbon taste that I look for every single time I pair chocolate with alcohol.
It's very interesting. Because
Because you get that very funky sweetness, right? Like, very slight puke-like sweetness.
it tastes like a Jim Beam. Neat.
But without the obnoxiousness, maltiness of the Jim Beam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. That's one way to destroy a Glenfiddich 18. Don't try this at home, kids.
Kids will not be trying this.
Period. Don't try this at home. None of this is supposed to be done as long as you're under 18. Like, go watch Cartoon Network or something. I don't know, Gravity Falls. Yeah, you should be doing something else. Go study for your exams or something, kids.
I believe that now is O-level and A-level period. I've been having great fun reading like SG exams. There's subreddit. Half of it are like very despair posts for the O-levels or A-levels, like, oh, I shat myself during the exam, or oh, I have like half my paper unanswered. Am I gonna get an L1 out of 54?
Both of which are very common in
That's part of the 50%. Other 50% are just like thirst posts, like, oh my god, I saw this like cute girl or cute guy, like, Jesus. It's just repeated over and over again.
Well,
it's kind of dry.
Humans are truly...
Like, I would like something that is actually like more original, good content.
Humans are indeed made out of 70% water, and you know, any decrease in the amount of liquids in the human make them very thirsty.
Fair point.
Very, very thirsty individuals. That's right, we've been forgetting to post, but you know, drink water. You haven't had enough water. How do you know? So Ed, how do you know if you have had enough water?
You are off dating apps.
No, you don't. You never have enough water. Just continue drinking.
Fair point. Thought you were looking for a funny answer.
Yeah, exactly. You just don't have enough water, man.
Fair point.
If you ever come to the question of whether or not you have had enough water, just default to no, you have not had enough water. Continue
Drink
drinking.
more water.
Yeah,
Agreed.
exactly.
Hydration is very important.
Alright, so we have left. You have quite a bit more of the Fosa Kauila infused chocolate. I have about half a piece left, so I'll probably finish it with the next.
Actually, it's slightly different with the Jim Beam.
Oh.
Jim Beam is a bit more oppressive in a very nutty way. Like, you know the traditional malty nutty flavor?
Mm-hmm.
It overpowers the Fosa. I would say not very kosher, man. This ain't good. Let's stick to the Glenfiddich 18. Yeah, this does not pair well with the Jim Beam. It pairs well with the Glenkichie. It brings out that very like funky whiskey bonbon taste. For Talisker, it's like I think it has the same chaotic response as the Talisker and the sea salt. Like it just cancels each other out. But for this and Glenfiddich 18 and the Glenkichie 12.
Oh, you've already had with the Glenkichie 12.
But I was sampling while we were talking about water.
Right. Well, I don't know what you have, but what are your recommendations? Have it with a traditional scotch?
I would say we need a bit more exploration.
Of course.
But I think most traditional 70% to 80% dark chocolates would pair very well with scotch.
Fair enough.
It doesn't matter the flavor profile. What you end up is always the same thing. You end up with this very funky whiskey bonbon kind of like liqueur taste. You know, the very like, rotty kind of like alcohol taste that is very nice and pleasant and sweet. At the same time, you feel like puking when you have it.
The fermented taste.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. But at the same time, depending on the alcohol you have, you end up with this very interesting little notes that come from the liquid that you chose.
Hey, perhaps that would be something that the Koreans would like. You know, they are very fond of their fermented stuff.
Hey, that's true.
The Japanese as well.
Okay, when kimchi alcohol
Perhaps in the near future.
Alright. But otherwise, I think this is a very interesting wrap for the episode.
Yeah.
We got our whiskey pairing done. And prior to this, we had a very awkward music and alcohol pairing.
It'll probably be mostly silence unless Ed decides to put in something.
We need more experimentation on that.
Yes.
We need more experimentation.
You know
that
what?
is definitely not going to be a monetized video, if anything.
If you feel like participating in a non-IIRB approved...
Not IRB.
Sorry?
Not
IRB?
IRB.
I thought it's double I.
IRB.
Fine.
Institutional Review Board.
Right. If you feel like participating in a non-IRB approved research...
We have multiple. We have the grip test one and now we have the music one. Just hit us up. Shoot us text.
You have no qualms about not suing us if anything goes wrong?
We'll make you sign a waiver.
Most likely.
Informed consent waiver.
Yeah. So, you know what? If you are interested in pure alcohol and you want to find out if music actually does affect the taste of alcohol, we are looking to
Recruit participants.
Yes.
Right?
Can't say for sure that I won't give you some Jim Beam, but you know what? You'll find out.
But we need to standardize, Ben.
Yeah.
Now everything has to be standardized to Jim Beam.
Everything
We just
returns
gave away
to
our...
Jim Beam.
No, we can't give away our methodology. It would be a whiskey that starts with J. We can't guarantee what it is.
It will be a whiskey that is supposedly sweet in nature.
Is this sweet? This is really sweet.
It's a bourbon.
Is my taste bud... my taste buds just did.
It's a bourbon.
It's bourbon.
It's a bourbon.
It's bourbon. With that said, this is the end of the episode.
Yes, we've
Thank you very much for
definitely
tuning in.
had fun here.
It was great suffering. Like, share, and subscribe.
Suffering builds
And comment.
character.
Exactly. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Cheers.